Hey everyone, and welcome to the GameSkinny News Roundup of Friday, September 6, 2013. This week we have Louis,
Hey guys.
Ernesto,
Hello.
Steph,
Hi.
and myself, Ryan. And this week we will be covering some of the stuff that happened at PAX. Didn't seem there was too much new info that came out then. And we will also be talking about stuff that was big news for this past week. So, starting off, one of the big news topics that came out of PAX was Mighty Number 9. And that is a new project by Keiji Inafune's studio Concept. I'm sure many of you have heard about it. It's basically Mega Man, but not Mega Man because he can't use Mega Man. So it's kind of updated, and it will be available in 2015. That's what they're projecting. So with this project, he wants to give back to the fans, hear their input as they go on Kickstarter. They actually launched a Kickstarter for it, and it was announced on last Saturday, and in 2 days it was funded. And then they've reached, I think, 3 of their stretch goals within the past several days, so it's pretty big right now. What do you guys think about it?
I think that was an amazing Kickstarter for one. Like they reached like what 10,000 in a few hours?
Yeah, it was when I was watching the stream, they showed it. They revealed the Kickstarter right on the stream, and it was like within a half
Did you
an hour.
watch the numbers go up?
I watched the numbers go up, and within a half an hour, it seemed like, give or take some minutes, it seemed like within a half an hour it hit 10K. It was pretty amazing.
Can you just imagine that entire auditorium just adding to it on their phones?
Yeah, that's pretty...
I just imagine this is exactly what happened. Just like things on screen. I must help right now.
Yeah, I mean, there were, I think they said like 500 people that attended.
Yeah.
And one cool thing was that each person who attended, they got that special Mighty Number t-shirt. And I so wish that I could have gone to get that special t-shirt, because I think that's the only way you could get it, and unless you back like 10K to the project.
10,000, yeah. No. 9,999.
Oh, yes, you're correct. Yes.
They're saving you $1.
But it's
a
not,
bargain.
It's not just the t-shirt. You get all of the other stuff that's listed on the Kickstarter.
I was about to say, because I can make one.
But it wouldn't be official.
But yeah,
I'm glad to see it. I mean, I've always liked, Mega Man's always been known to be a great game, but the most recent ones have been, what is it, 9 and 10? I think were the ones that came out, and they're like a throwback to the old 8-bits. So it still looks like old school Mega Man, just the sequels to them. And then you have the X's. I like my favorite ones were the Mega Man X series. So it's nice to see somebody update that series, even if they're not officially allowed to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see it come out.
I wonder what'll happen when like Capcom actually takes notice.
Yeah, like
a cease and desist.
Like so far, like I think it was Kotaku asked Keiji Inafune if Capcom said anything, and he said that they haven't said anything to him. So I guess we'll just wait and see. It seems to be okay for now, because I mean, he specifically tried to make it so that it wasn't Mega Man, but it was in that style of game. So
yeah, because well, we saw how quickly that Final Fantasy VII Kickstarter got dumped. So
yeah.
But there was no creator like involved in the project. Maybe that makes a difference.
Well, he was involved in Mega Man. So
yeah, exactly.
The other thing that they could do is be like, you know what? Let's just take all this pretty stuff that you just made and you had kickstarted, and we'll just rebrand it with Mega Man.
Yeah, they could.
And then stop the Kickstarter. Capcom will actually pick up the property and just put Mega Man's face in there instead of whoever the dude is, number 9.
Yeah, Beck is his name. But yeah, I mean, it looks pretty cool to me. I can't wait for it. But yeah. Also, this week we had something that you wanted to talk about, Steph. I think about the Ouya scandal on the kicking floor came out. New kicking floor was announced at
Killing.
PAX. Or sorry,
Killing.
why do I say killing floor? Yeah, I'm kicking the
Yeah,
floor.
they're two separate things actually. Killing Floor was announced at whatchamacallit, PAX. Well, not Killing Floor. The game already exists. It's one of my favorite games, which it's like a first-person zombie shooter. What they've done is they've made a top-down Killing Floor, and they're putting it on the Ouya, which I'm not that excited about. I don't like top-down. I also don't like top-down shooters, but I suppose if it works, other people seem to be pretty excited. As for the Ouya scandal, Ouya has been, what was it? Oh, right. Ouya announced their Free the Games fund about a month ago, trying to give back in pretty much the exact way they got money, insofar as they're putting up $1 million and saying, we will give you
They're going to
money.
match.
They're going to double your funding if you sign up under this fund, and in exchange for 6 months exclusivity on the Ouya. But what's been happening is at least two of the games that have signed on under the Free the Games fund have had really suspicious backer activity, where they're getting backers who just sign on just to back these one projects, and they're backing like $10,000 versus the expected $100 and below. A lot of them have really odd names, really odd like celebrity pictures, and one of them is like a woman who's been missing since 2005. So there's a lot of sketchy behavior on that. One of the Kickstarters was actually suspended because of suspicious backer activity, which I found kind of unfair, because it was the one Kickstarter that actually seemed more legitimate than the other to me.
Yeah, like the one was the one you're talking about was Elementary My Dear Holmes, which was switching over the roles of Sherlock Holmes and Watson, which seemed to be like a pretty cool game. And the guy, like, he tried to legitimately figure out what was going on with the donations. Like, he contacted Kickstarter, and they didn't really seem to
they just
help
gave
him
like a happy, oh, congratulations on your funding, you're doing great, just make sure you keep getting funded. So he didn't get much from it, but at least he put the effort into it. The other guy just made a scathing comment about, oh yeah, we're not just going to run away with like $80,000.
Okay, real quick for everybody here, what are your thoughts on the Ouya itself?
On the Ouya, like the console, the Ouya?
From concept to Kickstarter to where it is now, to the actual Ouya being released. Like, what is your opinion of that monstrosity?
It had a lot of problems that it delivered on, but people really didn't capitalize on it. And now that it's kind of stagnated, no one's going to really want to revive it, and it's floundering in the water, and it doesn't look like it's going to be saved anytime soon.
I know Walking Dead's coming to Ouya soon too.
Still, it feels like a system that probably is not going to experience much growth in the next year or two, in my opinion.
I think the only thing it's got going for it is the fact that it's really cute. I was tempted to buy it simply because it was so cute. I wanted to hold it and like pet it because it's tiny. It's adorable. I love how it looks, but what it gives me is nothing that I'm actually interested in. Like, none of the games that are on it so far interest me that I can't get elsewhere and better.
Ryan, what do you think?
Yeah, like, I thought at first when they had the concept that it was a pretty cool idea, if they came out with like actual good games for it. I haven't really seen any good exclusives announced or anything, but I thought it would be a pretty cool concept. It's like $100, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really tiny console, and it's on Android. So I'm sure that you'd be able to modify it and run emulators on there, which would be kind
Well,
of cool.
and that was you can actually. They have the emulators are already on the Ouya store.
Oh, okay.
And that console is developed so that you can break it open and upgrade it and do whatever you want, tweak it.
Yeah, but to be fair, so is your computer, and your computer does not need to be very good in order to run an emulator.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, I already have a controller for my computer and a really nice computer, so I mean, there's no real point.
I'm also not really keen on their store. You remember Ian wrote an article like earlier last week about how their store doesn't actually show prices, so you never actually know whether or not you're trying to buy a game, whether or not it's a demo, whether or not it's a free game until you pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you said, you have one, Ernesto. Like what's it actually like?
I felt really bad for them during E3 when they were basically getting blocked by major companies. Yeah. I had the chance to buy one of the developer kits, the brown ones. Mm-hmm. I found it on Craigslist, and somebody was pretty much just giving it away. So I gave it a shot. The controllers are the hardware is very poorly made. The battery packs being inside the handles of the controller is stupid, and there's like a 5-second lag between the controller and the actual console itself. So when you're playing a game, you're already lagging from the controller to the hardware.
Yeah.
So I didn't like it. The only game I ever played on it was You Don't Know Jack, and even that I can play that on my computer.
Yeah.
To be fair, they didn't try to pay to be in E3, so there should be no reason for them to be involved in E3.
To be fair, they suck. So anyway, let's.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in other news, there was Pokemon X and Y just announced a couple days ago that in addition to the starters that will be in the new region in the game, you'll also be able to get the Kanto starters from Gen 1. So that's Charmander, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur. And also in addition to that, they will have Mega Evolutions for those three. So you'll be able to unleash some new powers with them in the middle of a battle, which I find to be pretty cool. Something different in this game is that for your original starter, you won't actually get it from the professor. You'll get it from a friend, I guess, in the game, which I guess is something different. I don't know. And then you'll be able to get the original starter later on. But yeah, you said earlier when we were talking beforehand, Louis, that your favorite was Charmander.
Oh, most definitely, Charmander, hands down. Like, even though Squirtle has a elemental power over it, you have a flying fire dragon. I mean, come on, Charizard would be the last choice any day. Give it learns thunder, and then forget about it. The game's over. It's over.
Yeah, I mean, I'll admit I got the red version when it first came out, and I picked Charmander because he's a badass. But the thing is that even though he's a dragon, they still haven't updated his type to dragon. He's still fire flying, which
is weird because and his it's really weird too because his Mega Evolution makes him look more dragon-esque, and he's still not a dragon Pokemon.
I mean, he starts out looking like a dinosaur, so maybe they're still confused.
That's just the logical evolution. I mean,
dinosaur to dragon, it's evolution. They gain wings.
Yeah, right.
Darwin would be proud. But these Mega Evolutions, it's kind of weird. They feel it feels a little gimmicky and just kind of just thrust in. There's no kind of precedent for these Mega Evolutions in previous games.
Yeah.
So I don't know how exactly they're going to be fun to use, most definitely. I just don't know how much it will actually mess up the established gameplay that's been in the Pokemon games since what, like 1998. So
yeah, like
I don't know. I think they've changed canon enough that it really doesn't matter.
Some people have said that it's kind of turning into Digimon now with that kind of Mega Evolution. But I mean, I guess we'll see. Like they're supposed to explain it in the story about the Mega Evolution, so I don't know. But hopefully it doesn't get too ridiculous.
Drugs?
Performance enhancing drugs. But yeah. And then also, Louis, I think that you had something about.
Yeah. Speaking of awkward segues.
Yeah, yeah, there you go.
They've had a controversy over the past few years. They released a comic in 2010 that mentioned a character getting raped by a fake mythological creature called a dick wolf.
Oh, this is Penny Arcade, everybody.
Yes, Penny Arcade. Sorry if I forgot to mention that.
Dick
Penny
wolves.
Arcade.
I had to say it. Sorry. Go ahead.
And people were upset. They said it was trivializing sexual abuse. And then Penny Arcade released a comic the next day, which kind of told people to get over it, which probably wasn't the best move on their part, but it happened. And just as the controversy was dying down with this comic, they went and created T-shirts that said Team Dick Wolf, which, if you didn't find the original comics offensive, the fact that they put it on a T-shirt was super bad, and people were really upset about that. And they even went back and they said, yes, this was a huge mistake. We should have never done this, especially since the controversy was dying down. And they kind of shot themselves in the foot by reintroducing it. So they recognize the error of their ways, fortunately, and we probably won't see anything like this from them again. They know they messed up.
Yeah, like when it first came out with the Dick Wolves thing, and then they had people say when the first controversy first started, they put out that apology, and then they had the Team Dick Wolf shirts, and then they took them off the website. And then recently, just now at PAX, one of them said, I forget which one, but one of them said that it was a mistake to pull the shirts off the site. And then that kind of brought back the whole controversy again. And then he apologized for it a couple of days later. So yeah. But
yeah,
hopefully it's
been a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
Good to know they learn.
And then make the mistake again, and then learn, and then make the mistake.
Right? I was just gonna say, I was like, that doesn't sound.
It sounds like they're.
It sounds the end of it, really.
It sounds like they're dick wolfing their company is what they're doing.
All right. I was like, next they're going to be tentacle monsters.
I don't know. I think that with all the bad press, that they're not going to repeat this kind of thing anytime soon. They're going to have.
To be fair, they got a lot of bad press back in 2010.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on. Their Xbox One release date was announced this week, and it's coming out November 22nd of this year, so that's after the PS4. And Ernesto, you said that they...
Okay, wait a minute. Not excited. I hate the Xbox.
Whatever.
Okay.
GameStop opened pre-orders, and it was news that the pre-orders were reopened yesterday, which immediately closed at midnight on that same day. And now it's available until midnight tonight on GameStop.com, but not at actual retail stores.
How messy.
Yeah, and it's also weird because a lot of people are saying that the sales are going to suffer since the PlayStation 4 is being released a week earlier, and I don't know how they can really predict that, because a week isn't too long of a time to create a huge sales difference. And even if that was the case, the Xbox One is still releasing a week earlier than the PS4 in European markets at the moment. So there are some differences, and people are saying, oh, this week is going to absolutely trounce the Xbox Ones in regards of sales. But I don't even know if they're going to have extra ones really in store to sell. Right now, all the people that are going to be picking up the PS4s and Xbox Ones are going to be people who've already pre-ordered it. There's not going to be a lot of consoles just laying around.
I think most retail stores like carry one or two, like made top 3 that they can put out on the shelves for that lucky asshole that just happens to walk in when it's there.
Yeah.
And one of the major
probably
reasons
someone's mom.
One of the major reasons Microsoft announced it for the 22nd of November is because that's also the anniversary of the release date of the 360.
Yeah, I saw that.
It came out the 22nd, 2005. Was it 2005?
I think it was 2005.
2006. It's one of those dates.
It was November 22nd of whichever year the 360 came out. So.
Yeah.
There was also. Sorry, there's also some talk for UK pre-orders of the day one for the X1 that they might be getting a free game with their console.
That's confirmed. Nope, that's confirmed. That's confirmed already.
Well, there was confirmed for the FIFA, right?
Mm-hmm. And then they just confirmed it today for Forza.
Oh, and okay, then it is confirmed for Forza. Mm-hmm. So if you're in the UK and you're picking up, you're gonna get an added bonus. So, lucky you.
And also, news was released that they're in full production of the Xbox One, and they were able to up the CPU processor speed from 1.6 gigahertz to 1.75 gigahertz. So, I guess that'll be good.
Yeah, Ian's our spec man. He would be able to
get excited about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. They're catching up with the PS4.
Yeah, no, that is good, definitely good.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of the PS4, there was Final Fantasy. Well, I guess PS4, PS3, Final Fantasy 14. They had their server launch event at PAX, and while you were there, you could meet Yoshi P and get his autograph. They also had different panels going on. You could also challenge Titan and get an I Beat Titan t-shirt. So that was pretty cool. And we know that there were all the server issues that were going on within the past week. And this past Wednesday, just 2 days ago, they had the maintenance, which what it did was they added a new server to each region, like a new world, and they changed the way that the duty finder works. So instead of searching all of the separate worlds within a region, they separated it into different groups. So that kind of makes it easier on the servers themselves, which allows them to have more people sign on at the same time. Now, when I first signed back on Wednesday, I was still getting the 1017 error and all that other crap, but I guess that was because people were trying to get on. But recently I've been able to get on with no problem, so it definitely has helped a lot. So, I mean, I'm glad to see that. I'd still like to see if they can maybe add another physical server to each world and increase the capacity, like double. That would be pretty cool, and then I don't think they'd have to worry as much, but I don't know if that's possible. But yeah, weren't you saying earlier, Ernesto, that there was something about PS4?
Yeah, no, not PS4, PS3. Anybody who bought the game from the date of release and up to 3 days after, Sony has been giving them the digital download, not the retail one. If you downloaded it digitally off of the PlayStation Network, they're giving you a full refund for that download now, due to the server errors.
Yeah, that's a separate Sony thing, and than from what Square Enix is doing.
Right, that's correct.
Yeah, and did you say that they announced when the PS4 version was coming out. Did they announce that yet? I can't remember.
No, they haven't announced a release date for the PS4. I'm assuming that it's going to be much like DC Universe Online. I think it's going to be a digital download only, because you know that one of the things that they announced for the PS4 is that DC Universe Online, which is a free-to-play game, is going to be a day one launch. So what I think they're going to do with Final Fantasy XIV is they're not going to make an actual PS4 version. They're just going to have the PS3 version possible for a digital download on their
I see.
on their store.
So like just have it on there and on the store.
Yeah, or stream it off Gaikai or whatever they're going to do with it.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know if you guys wanted to discuss anything else this week.
I know I had something for the Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain. They released a character model for one of the new characters, Quiet.
Mm-hmm.
He's a sniper.
Sniper.
Happens to get rid of the traditional military garb and don fishnets and a bikini instead, because that's what,
That's sneaky.
That's what snipers wear, It's got to be comfortable when you're killing people from a mile away.
But be making a lot of noise.
She still looks like she's had a stroke to me. I looked at that picture, I'm like, half of her face seems to be hanging a little lower than the rest.
on the left side.
What the?
It's definitely gotten a lot of flack from gamers and other industry developers. For example, Halo developer 343 Studios, David Ellis called the industry full of man babies because Kojima said that he purposely made these characters to appear more sexy. Which
really?
I mean,
No. The bikini was an accident.
I find it just a little ironic that the Halo guy is criticizing, because they have Cortana, who's pretty much half naked already.
Yeah.
It's kind of the pot calling the kettle black. It's still very. I mean, come on, she shouldn't be wearing that. It's gonna make for some good cosplay, though. Definitely.
Maybe.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see some cosplays of it.
I think there already was one. One girl was like dressing up like in a bikini and fishnets, and I was like, I don't get it. But
now I get it.
Now we get it.
Yeah, she did a very good job. Filled the role perfectly. If you catch some drift.
All right. Well, on that note, I think we'll end it there. Yeah. Sounds like a good note to end it on.
Louis a perv.
Louis a perv.
Game over.
Louis perv.
Yep.
Don't
end.
cosplay Quiet at New York Comic Con because he's a creep.
I will compliment you on your great costume. That's all I'll do. I'm a gentleman.
Right. A gentleman and a scholar. Got nothing to worry about.
So, what are you guys playing this week? Start with Ernesto.
Oh, quite a lot of things actually. So, I am playing Madden with my friends tonight with some Jack and Coke. Saints. I'm still playing with Saints Row 4, and I am playing the remastered version of Castle of Illusion featuring Mickey Mouse.
Oh, that's a cool game.
He's covering all his bases.
Yeah.
That's quite a
variety.
layout.
How about you, Louis?
Right now, I'm still working on Payday 2. I waited for it for like 3 weeks, and now that I have it, it's just really fun. Just kind of robbing banks, getting money. Yeah.
Money. You're gonna get so bored by the time they roll out the like girls and the new DLC.
No, because Saints Row is coming out next week, so that's all I'm gonna be.
Saints Row? GTA, right?
GTA,
I was gonna say, I was like, you beat that one already,
dude. Yeah, you beat that 100%, didn't you?
Yeah, so don't judge me.
All right, how about you, Steph?
I'm I'm playing Firefall because I'm bad at it, and I don't like being bad at games.
Try to get better.
Yeah, right. And Saints Row 4 because I haven't gotten that far yet.
Did you get past
Just found
the intro?
out I have superpowers. I got past the intro. I got past the intro last time I mentioned it. I'm not sure where, but we did get past the intro. I did find out I have superpowers, and now I'm very sad that it's no longer fun to drive all the cars.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's fun to jump across a building though, and
It is a little fun to jump
glide
across
through
the
the whole
building,
city.
but I've already played Prototype.
There you go.
But you can't use a step gun in Prototype. So...
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It's just not fun.
I don't know. I've never played those, so what I've been playing is Final Fantasy XIV Realm Reborn because now I can actually log in. So
is a good start.
Sorry, what did you say, Steph?
I said that is a good start to actually being able to play a game. I approve.
Instead of fighting with the login servers. I've been trying to level up my Thaumaturge, finally get it to a Black Mage, which will take a bit. I just got my Chocobo, so now I can go all over the place. Yeah.
I love Chocobo.
Chocobo.
But, yeah.
Chocobo.
I guess...
Dick Wolf.
I guess that does it for this week of the GameSkinny News Roundup. Thanks for joining, everybody. Unfortunately, other people couldn't join us today, so we had members of the regular podcast join us.
Who cares? We're awesome.
And
Final Fantasy is an RPG. Oh, I thought you were gonna keep going.
Okay.
no, that was a nice little spot for Steph singing. And we will be back next week. I'm not sure what we'll be talking about special next week, but we will definitely be covering the news. All of the latest news that will be coming out. Be sure to check us out at GameSkinny.com. Also, check out our Twitter at GS Roundtable, where you can get all the updates of our latest happenings. And we
Guacamelee codes.
Guacamelee codes?
Still have Guacamelee codes still going out.
Yeah.
All right, so
it might be waiting for you, viewer.
All right, so yeah, we got codes, so be sure to get in there. I think there was also a new contest announced. Let me pull that up really quick. A new
on
contest
GameSkinny itself, not us.
Yes, on GameSkinny, it's a $25 Riot Point giveaway, so be sure to check that out. And yeah, for more news, turn in to us next week, and we shall see you then. Bye.